You lower it down as close to the middle of the water as you can get.
The device Justin Reed is using is called a Van Doren horizontal water sampler, and it has to be immersed into the water like this to ensure the best sample possible is collected.
That's basically made out of plastic tubing and rubber bungee.
Getting accurate water samples is part of the research involved in preparing for a new flood control and water quality project being built at Pelly's Lake near Holland. Staff from the Salle Redboine Conservation District, alongside many other partners, are working together to make it happen.
Basically, this is it's a two-structure backflood project that we're doing, meaning we're going to flood these two reservoirs here with spring runoff. We'll be capturing the snow melt and holding it until early to midsummer. Then we'll be releasing it.
The end result will look a lot like this. This is Lizard Lake near Darlingford. You can see the dam structures have pooled up large amounts of water. This project has landowners like Harold Perkis excited.
We've wanted to see a project similar to this for a lot of years. Basically, like Justin had mentioned to you a while ago, that Lizard Lake project really shone in our eyes. We've been here now for 38 years, going on 39 years. And when we first came here, this whole valley was grass. Like, we either pastured it or hated it.
Throughout the 80s, people who farmed this area didn't need to worry about drainage since it was so dry. The wetter cycle started in the 90s, and now Perkis's Valley is full of cattails and reeds due to flooding.
It's pretty much destroyed it as far as pasture and hay goes. So we're hoping that, these structures and, with some management over time, that we can improve the quality of the pasture.
In time, the project here will turn this land back into usable pasture and hayland, and improve the quality of water draining out of the area.
You can even see there's some bubbles in there. I don't know what to do about that.
At this stage, though, Reed is focusing on what is in the water right now, so it can be compared to what is in the water after the structures are in place. After these samples are prepared on site, they have to go back to the lab for more testing. According to Reed, the land in Pelly's Lake is a pinch point. That means it's a well-suited location to control water flow.
This area has a lot of topography, so the water is rushing at a very fast speed. When it does that, it disturbs everything. It disturbs the soil, it disturbs the dead plant matter that's on the ground, and in doing so, it picks up the soil and it causes that dead plant matter to release nutrients into the spring runoff.
With the structure in place, the phosphate, sediment, and nutrients in the spring runoff will have a chance to settle out as the water sits dammed up in the valley.
And there we go.
When it's released later in summer, it will be cleaner, and that means good things for the whole watershed.
For this part of the country, everything ends up in Lake Winnipeg, so all of the spring runoff causes increased nutrients and sediment coming into Lake Winnipeg.
There's a lot of work to do inside the lab and in the field, but Reed is up for it.
I'm pretty excited about this project. It's the biggest project that we've ever done. It's one of the biggest projects in the Conservation District program history. And for me, just the fact that we have so many people working together to make this project a reality, and that we're actually so close to construction, it's very exciting. The dissolved oxygen is the only one we have to do anything to on site.
Reed and his staff at the LaSalle Redboine Conservation District hope to break ground later this fall and begin holding water back next spring. For Go Winnipeg, I'm Laura Mucon.
We'll let that one settle a bit too.